Hello, Kristanna. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good, good. Congratulations on Darkness of Man arriving on digital May 21. Kristanna, I've interviewed you on the red carpets. I've interviewed you at Comic-Con. It's always good to see you. I'm a huge fan of yours. And now you got this new movie coming out co-starring the legendary action star Jean-Claude Van Damme. So let me
Great.
start there with the obvious question. What was it like working with Van Damme? Specifically, how similar or how different was he compared to the other legendary action star you've worked with, Arnold?
Well, they're very different, actually, I would say. Van Damme is really he's got a big heart. I'm not saying that Arnold doesn't. I'm just saying the way in which that he showcases himself is in a real kind of soft, kindly manner. And he's very available emotionally as an actor. Of course, my character in Darkness of Man is very different than my character in Terminator 3, where, I'm pitted head to head as a cyborg with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And in this one, I'm definitely fostering a softer, more vulnerable side with Van Damme. So the inroads into getting to know a person are also very different in that sense. Arnold was great in other ways. He's got this larger than life persona. He's very gracious with his fans. I learned a lot by working with him on the action sequences. So yeah, two totally different experiences, but both great.
You mentioned, of course, Terminator 3, but also you are known for, action stuff like Blood Rain and Mercenaries. By the way, happy 10th anniversary to Mercenaries.
Oh,
So,
wow. Thank you.
yeah. So, when you play characters like this, characters like Claire in this film, where you don't have to be the one kicking ass, does that feel refreshing, or does it feel like weight off your shoulder to just let Van Damme do much of the heavy lifting and you more of a supporting?
It's great to have a variety. As they say, variety is the spice of life, right? So it was nice to play a character in an action film, and maybe this is the first time where I actually don't do any action, and I'm there on an emotional level. So yeah, that was rewarding in a different sense.
Speaking of mercenaries, I mentioned that earlier. Cynthia Rothrock made a surprise appearance in this movie.
That's right. That's right. Yes, we've worked together in Mercenaries and again in Darkness of Man. Yep.
Were you the one who kind of contacted her to do this 1 day shoot, or Cynthia was already part of the circle of friends among all of you, including the filmmakers?
No, I don't really know how she came on board, but I think James was just putting together a great group of people, and he's super well connected, and so probably a fan of hers through the years too. And so yeah, then there she is.
And what was your process of embodying a character like Claire? She strikes me as I watched the film. She strikes me as she's a vet, right? She's somebody like an emotional support for Van Damme's character. Talk to me more about that.
Yeah, so James gave me the script and I read the script and I liked it. And I said, let's collaborate on fleshing out Claire's character a bit more and also really supporting the story on an emotional level. Because for me, it's important in films, and especially I think this is important in action films when they don't always do this,
Mm.
to have an emotional through line so you can really connect with the characters, because otherwise it can just be a lot of, blood and shooting and destruction. So we really wanted you to feel for Van Damme, what he's going through, how my character comes in, and because she works with wounded animals, she sees this wounded soul in Van Damme's character, Russell Hatch, and she's inspired and compelled to also nurse him back to health. And in doing so, they fall in love. And she then gets to meet Jaden, the teenage boy that he's been entrusted in caring for after his mother's death. And they form this kind of pseudo family that really does become the integral heart of the story when there's a lot of other difficult, destructive things happening around it. So, I think it's important that we feel for them and we realize that, we all have flaws, they have flaws, we can relate to them on some level, and hopefully really root for them in the end.
Kristanna, I've been meaning to ask you this every time we meet. You know how some celebrities out there, for example, Bruce Willis back in the day, he used to get annoyed when random fans come up to him and shouted "Yippee-ki-yay" to his face. Some actors find it a nuisance that they're only associated with just one thing. Do you get annoyed or do you feel flattered when fans adore you and remember you solely for the role of TX in Terminator 3?
You know, I think actors can really only be so lucky to have such an iconic role in their lifetime, and perhaps others, I mean, of course, other roles. But look, I feel honored that I had an opportunity to do such an iconic role, and people love me from that role. They also appreciate other roles. Sometimes it's very obscure roles that people remember. So no, I'm just pleased that people enjoy my work, and I keep working and people keep enjoying it. So that's the main thing.
It's been 20 years now, and I'm wondering, did you get to keep that red pleather costume after filming ended? Or at least did you ever have a replica of TX red pleather costume over these years?
Yes, I do have one. I think I may actually have more than one because there were many. There were many different versions for different, whether I was running or just walking or, action, or I had the arm prosthetic. So there were several different ones that I had. And of course, if something got ripped, they need to have a replacement right away. So there was one that I donated to charity for an auction, but I do have others. And my sister one time wore one of my costumes for Halloween. And she went as me. So there you go.
That must have been awesome. Kristanna, you are one of the busiest people in the business. You are an actress, you are a mother, you are the president CEO of Trio Entertainment. And I follow you on Twitter, and you always post these encouraging wisdom quotes daily to send positive vibe out there into the world. So you are the embodiment of a woman can have it all. What is your advice to anybody who looks up to you, who also wants to have it all? Or is that dream getting more difficult to achieve these days compared to how it was when you were starting up?
Well, thanks, Rama. That's a beautiful compliment, and I really appreciate that. I think it's just through hard work and dedication and really believing in yourself, which isn't always easy. Sometimes your belief wanes or you're going through difficult times, and it's really getting back to that, to the basics of your passion and why do I do what I do. And I do it because we all want to feel something in life. We're in a human body, and we watch something to experience the depth of existence of humanity in some way, on some emotional level. So my mantra has always been believe in and follow your dreams, and it's just really getting back to that self belief and digging deep within yourself. And I think the more you dig deep and the more I grow as a human being, the more I have to offer.
Awesome. For my fans at home, everybody go check out Darkness of Man, arriving on digital May 21. Kristanna, always good to see you. Thank you for talking to me and congratulations.
Nice to see you too, Rama. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care.